gameplay. Hopefully that
Ladies and gentlemen,
continues.
welcome back to Zelda Speedruns for our continuing coverage of the Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament. Starting the bracket rounds at this point, we have ourselves Schmidtty Games versus the 13 seed versus the 20 seed Paratroopa. With that, I have Nightcrawler and Drosy1 on the mic. Fellas, it's all yours. Take it from here.
Awesome. Well, yeah. So Schmidtty is a longtime vanilla racer, and he's gotten into Zelda 2 Randomizer as of this year, early this year. Paratroopa has been playing Zelda 2 Randomizer off and on for a long time. He doesn't join in too many of the weeklies, but he does join in the tournaments. So it should be a fun match.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to brackets in general. For those of you who don't know, a bit of randomness if you've been following the Swiss round. Brackets have added random attack and random life. So every new attack level, your attack can vary from the standard by as much as 50% up or down, and likewise your life.
Oh yeah, that makes things a lot more interesting. And we've got two interesting sprites. Schmidty's sprite is a little subtle. His character will turn and have a dumb grin at the camera most of the time. And then of course we got Simon Belmont in, I guess that's suede instead of leather. Let's see, they're starting off, they're both exploring to the south and west, but they're already pretty far in the southwest corner, so they have to start heading back east because the river's blocking them off to the north. So
which town was that they poked into and out of quickly?
Oh, that was Rudo right there.
So yeah, not much you can really do without the goddess statue.
No, but you can get the spell hint if you really want it. In fact, let me check what kind of hints are turned on.
And did they just get the candle right there? That looked like the candle in that patch.
In the forest?
Where Schmidty's fightery is, right? The Moblin and the Gerda. I think he grabbed the candle in there.
No, he had a custom image for a pea bag that he'd made.
Oh, okay.
To his thing.
I didn't realize there were custom loot images on top of everything else.
Oh yeah, you can customize those things pretty easily.
Yes, well, chat's now telling us check out Schmidty's pea bags.
I don't quite get it yet. Maybe I'll see it again, and you know, maybe it'll ring a bell at that point. It had an S on there. I don't think they're S bags.
It was something that I was able to mistake for a candle.
Alright, just the far end of the jump cave on Schmidty's side. And he found Heart Container Cave. It might seem a little bit weird to be able to tell what caves they're in when some of them have identical layouts, like the Heart Cave, Parappa Cave, and the one of the rooms in the Fairy Cave. They're all kind of identical, but it's the placement of the enemies in the direction you're coming from that lets you tell them apart. But Schmidty in that Heart Container Cave just picked up the raft, which is a crucial item for this game.
And Paratroopa, since you mentioned the Fairy Cave, Paratroopa found that because I could see him drop in.
Right. Yeah, so among the graveyards that appear in the Western continent, you've got one graveyard that's the Fairy Cave, one of the ends of the Fairy Cave. The other one's just a normal cave. Then you've got one which is King's Tomb, and you can get a hint there. And there's another one which is the original Japanese King's Tomb, which is now sort of a bonus screen in the American version. And that one has a pea bag, life, or a red jar in there. Oh, that Death Mountain.
Oh, and thank you, Nurinato, for the...
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you very much, Norinato.
Okay, so Schmidtty got to the raft location, but he isn't checking it out yet.
Oh, we got a raid? I can't see that.
Just from the other ZSR channel.
They wanted to keep Zelda 2 going. And here's a palace. Paratroopa gets in there first. Looks like it's P2 or P5. He didn't actually check, and I'm getting a little bit of buffering here, so...
Now he's going back in... Okay, it dropped the Jards P2.
Okay, cool. And it looks like P5 was just up north. Really easy to get to these two palaces from one another. Now, P5 doesn't have any potential glove blocks, but it does have a potential spell block, and the boss Guma... sorry, a potential fairy block. And the boss Guma, he's a tough cookie, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't advise going after him with attack 2.
Yeah, and there also tend to be a lot of locked doors in that palace.
Yeah, I think they're gonna need some spells before they go in there.
It's pretty cool that they're high-fiving in this cave right here. The magic container cave. I didn't see what they picked up. Maybe I'll...
they picked up the magic container.
Oh, really? Vanilla magic container? Big shake?
Someday they'll get a magic spell, and, you know, having 5 magic bars will be useful.
Perhaps. But that's a lot of hope. Now, I'm a little surprised that Paratroopa is up and A-ing here. Maybe he just wants to go and take the raft, but maybe he just didn't want to try to get out of that encounter, and he's just up and A-ing out of it.
Yeah, I mean, those Dyras are nasty, and again, with random life, I don't know what they normally take from you per hit at life 4, but they're taking large chunks.
Now, one of the best flags that's turned on for this flag set is mixed small and large enemies. And that sounds really simple, but basically what it means is that if you have a screen that normally has, like, say 4 bots on there, or like say 2 bots and 2 moblins. Well,
and Paratroopa just found Death Mountain.
Yeah, that was the one with the cave that led nowhere. But look at this hammer block cave that we've got down here on Paratroopa's side.
Intriguing.
Where the heck? That's a weird formation right there. Yeah, I'm fascinated by what's in there. Like, the buildup is real. But yeah, so normally with mixed small and large enemies turned off, the small enemies, namely the bots in that example, will be replaced by other small enemies like bouncy cats or mews or something like that. And the large enemies will be replaced by other large enemies, say Agarias or Dyras or whatever. But with mixed small and large enemies, they mix freely, so any enemy can become any other enemy. So you can have situations where you have like up to 6 Dyras on screen at once, or maybe there's a screen that's usually hard, and it becomes trivially easy. But on the whole, because you have a higher threshold, you've got more difficult screens overall. They form a more effective roadblock to like player skill and the power of your particular character than if it was all medium difficulty.
But West Hyrule enemies still only in West Hyrule, East Hyrule enemies are still only in East Hyrule.
Right, and Palace enemies are Palace enemies, except for when they share. Maybe one day.
Yes, bots can show up everywhere.
Because bots rule the world. Alright, so Schmidtty Games went through Jump Cave. Going through it from the right to the left, you don't need jump or fairy to get through it. But going from left to right, you are spell blocked. And you found a very stupid bridge and Saria. So Saria's the second free spell you can get in Hyrule, and this is going to be his first. But it looks like he's gotten to the northern section of Western Hyrule, and that there's probably going to be a lot of towns up here.
Considering we haven't seen anything but Rudo yet. Well, now Saria, but...
Yeah, Cubs. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome sprite. It totally is. Yeah, Hammer locked behind Hammer Cave. That's St. Tommy boy. If that were a possibility, we'd all be very sad.
Okay, so I'm assuming fire is still doubled with some other spell. Seems to be doubled with... No, not jump. I guess we don't yet know what it's doubled with.
Oh no. See, here's the thing about enemies. You know, a good Zelda 2 player can easily take on one of these blue Lizalfos, right? But when you throw in a Zora and a Bot and an Octorok, they all attack so differently, and the Octorok is invincible, so you can't get rid of that one. It becomes a little bit more of a challenge.
How did we wind up with an invincible Octorok?
Oh, invincible Octoroks, that's one of the flags.
Oh.
It's randomized invincible enemies. It's called Shuffle Sword Immunity.
Oh.
It's on even the Swiss flags. Since Octoroks are not normally invulnerable to fire, they would be vulnerable to fire. But, I mean, are you going to bother?
Well, depends what spell fire is doubled with.
That's true.
But only Schmidty's... Is he gonna test it out?
I kind of see why I was getting lag before. Here we go. Everything's all better now. Maybe. Child in Maze? That's a decent int to have. I mean, you're normally going to check the maze anyway. And that's pretty much the default location for the child.
Oh, and
what was fire?
Darunia.
I saw Schmidtty casting fire, but I didn't see what it was linked to.
I haven't figured out what fire's linked to. He's cast a couple of times, I still haven't figured it out.
Well, it wasn't fairy, and I don't think it was shield.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't under.
It could have been spell or something, or life.
Oh, chat's saying he did change color when he cast it.
Okay, in that case, it's definitely shield.
And since he also got shield, he now has 2 redundant spells.
Yeah,
there's the other Death Mountain entrance.
Yeah, shield is the most disappointing thing for it to be linked to. Yeah, the other Death Mountain entrance is the only Death Mountain entrance in this case. So I kind of hope that they have to go into Death Mountain at some point. And, you know, the longer it takes them to find the glove, the more likely we're going to be seeing some Death Mountain up in here. Oh, these dyers are standing no chance against Schmidtty. From my freeze frame analysis.
And there's the Now he's got the any key, so that's pretty big early when he doesn't have fairy.
Oh yeah, that's great news. Even when you do have fairy, it's great to have the any key because, you know, oftentimes you have to death abuse to even get a single use out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly saves magic.
Ooh, that was a tough combination, but there's that S-bag.
Yeah, that I thought was a candle.
Yeah. How did he lose a life immediately after leveling up? He could have just taken a life level. Oh, well, I guess he figured it wasn't worth it.
I guess he wanted to get back up. I mean, it was only at 2. He's only at 3 attack.
Oh yeah, totally. Especially Schmidtty, since he kind of plays like me. Oh, life 5. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, and the boots.
Yeah. Boots are a great addition, especially early on in the game, because you don't have to double back and check things multiple times. So, Death Mount actually looking a little more tempting. Not totally tempting until they find the hammer and they're kind of out of luck everywhere else. But the boots are very useful there.
Yeah, I like the innovation for the randomizer that the boots let you walk on any water. Okay, there's the other side of Surrey. Or was that New Kasuto?
I believe it was
Sorry, I
the
lost
other
track.
side of Saria.
Must have been the other side of Saria, because if it were New Kasuto, he would have explored.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've got some serious buffering issues, so hopefully that solves itself in time. So hopefully, when they pick something up, you'll see it, because
Okay, well, Schmidtty hit a palace. I think it was 3, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, Schmidt's still in the west, and Paratroopa is back here now, too. There's that jump cave that Schmidty was using, and they're both pretty much high-fiving, but Schmidty says he's out. Now with the boots, they don't need to go to the bridge anymore, and they can explore much more freely than they could before. Or at least Schmidty can.
Yeah, well, he up-aid so he can now get to this river and explore down that.
Yeah, I think he's
Didn't
been
really
to
do
the side of
anything.
this. But toward the coast, the boots are often very useful in clipping, like, or sort of getting around mountain passes that are otherwise unavoidable. And it's also useful, you know, in finding little hidden coves that are along the coast. Those are my favorite. I turned one of the resolutions down super low, and it's working better now. It's just kind of weird because.
Wow, Paratroopa's looking for hints in Saria and getting whacked by bats.
Oh, did he? Did he talk to one of the normal townspeople and they turned into a bat? That's funny.
He talked to multiple of the normal townspeople and they turned into bats.
Oh, don't do that.
I don't know why he was doing that. Did he forget who has clues, I guess?
Maybe. So let's remind the viewers. So the clues are on any of the stationary townspeople, as well as some of the hidden walls that are in the towns. But if the townspeople are moving, even if they're one of the special townspeople that normally have special dialogue in the game, they're not going to have a hint.
Well, Paratroopa's finally getting his fire/shield spell.
Yeah, that's pretty much the least useful shield that we're going to see, but Schmidty has the trophy. If he turns us in and gets Fairy, I'm going to bet some pretty good money he's going to go into 5. Sorry, did I say... Oh my god.
Well, statistically speaking, he should get a useful spell here.
Did he get a hint that Horsehead nays with a hammer? Horsehead nays with...
Yeah, I saw Horsehead Nayswith and he closed it too quickly.
Well, it's a good hint, whatever it is. Most runners will check P1 unless they're like in go mode, or yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just so easy to check P1, but if you know that it's something that's not necessary, then you're still not gonna check P1 most of the time. Like if it's Horsehead Nace with a 500-point P bag, you know, you might go in there if you're close to a level or something, but if it's Horsehead Nace with a red jar, then no thanks. Oh, weird. Schmidtty has the boots, but he, after going east, he's not using them on the cove. But I think this is his first time here, so he wants to check out this town. And
Which I believe is Darunia.
Yeah.
Oh. And if you noticed, he only got life out of Bruto.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate, but it's a decent spell for this particular situation. Didn't cast it in time, though. Yeah, I think the way the game subtracts your life is basically your life goes down instantly, and then when you reach a certain part of your hit stun, if your life is at 0, you die. But your life does not increase instantly; it increases incrementally. So if you cast a life spell, go west to find the flute. That's a good hint. If you go west. If you cast a life spell when you're like on critical health, your life's going to go from like 10 to 11 to 12 to 13, etc. So if you get hit for like 40 damage, then when you go into hit stun and you reach a certain part of that hit stun, you'll just immediately die. But if you go out of the screen, then you are in zombie mode because you didn't go into that part of hit stun, so you're not going to die. Oh, P-Bag! I don't think we've seen the P-Bag cave before. At least not for Paratroopa. That's why he's in here. Actually, I think Schmidty's been here. Yeah, he's been here. Meanwhile, Schmidty is using his boots to explore.
I think P-Bag Cave was where he got the boots, if I remember.
Oh, then this is going to be a big payoff for Paratroopa.
If he lives long enough.
Boots, you were totally right. Okay, so Horsehead Nace with a hammer is a thing. So in that case, they're definitely going to be picking up the hammer out of P1, because we did see a few hammer block caves, and then that also makes Death Mountain pretty much a lock. If you need something and you can't find it anywhere else, you got everything you need to dip in there just once.
Schmidty got Bell. I didn't notice what town he was in, though.
Schmidty's is in Nibiru right now.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yep, free spell town. I didn't think he had gotten the child.
Not quite yet. Yeah, in fact, he totally skipped out of Darunia, which is, you know, totally logical. He doesn't have any way to get anything out of Nibiru. These guys don't have upstab or downstab yet because they don't have fairy or jump to get it. And Paratroopa picking up the shield spell.
Well, did we even find Mito?
I'm sorry, did we find what?
Mito. Because you were mentioning they don't have downstab. I don't recall seeing Mito.
I don't think we've seen it. Yeah, so... It's not Death Mountain blocked, because Death Mountain had only one good entrance. It's probably on the coast.
Was that the camp on Schmidty's side, by the way, or was that another point bag? Okay, just telling us that was the Kindle.
Illuminated soon.
Okay.
Sorry, I take every opportunity I can get to be a smartass. You don't mind, do you?
No.
Good.
No, I was just like one. Okay, now it's pretty obvious he has the candle. I was just like one beaten twice shy.
Caves of Paratroopa. Let's see what we got here. I don't remember Schmidty going to these ones, but I might have just missed it. Medicine Cave. Schmidty been here? I'm not sure. They obviously haven't explored everything, because like you said, they have not seen Mito yet, so...
Well, here's old Kasuto.
Old Kasuto. Yeah. That's a required spell right there.
Could be jump, you never know.
No, it's
okay,
reflect. Yeah.
Chat confirming that Medicine Cave was where the magic key is.
Oh yeah, that was a great find right there. Sorry, I'm a little more into it now that my buffering issues have come to an end.
Maybe someday we'll even see them use the magic key.
No. Nice pea bag. Oop, free life, and I wonder if he's going to cash in that life to gain a few seconds back, but nope, he's going to walk it. You can jump in that lava to skip ahead. That's the kind of tip that my friends would have told me when playing Super Mario Bros. 3 or something.
But by the way, great job by our tracker there. Like, I don't know if he sensed the lag or what, but it was like instantaneous, the tracker updating the moment Paratroopa picked up the key.
Nice. Very nice. Now, Schmidtty's in Death Mountain. We did get the hint earlier that...
Schmidtty's in Maze Island, Paratroopa's in Death Mountain.
Yeah, you're right. I'm being adult. Unfortunately for Paratroop, I think Schmidty might want to go through that little area. There's a little bit blocked off there, but it's probably right call. Yeah, Maze Island. We know that it has a child, as is the case in Vanilla, but Schmidty does not know that yet because he didn't go into Darunia. So there's the child and something else. A heart. Okay, so probably no critical items, but considering they have not found the jump spell or fairy spell yet, probably a Darunia tournament will I'm gonna guess it's gonna net one of those two, which is something they're gonna want. This palace is pretty in the open here. Oh, another Maze Island with GP. Ah, okay, that was a quick Maze Island. And Paratroopa is searching Death Mountain. Probably not exactly the right call yet, since he doesn't have the hammer, and he knows where it's going to be. But it's always possible. Wait, no. No, it's not possible. We know the flute is in the west. The flute is not in Death Mountain.
We saw a hint that the flute was in the west. I missed that one.
I want to say yes, but they haven't seen the flute, so probably not. I think there was a flute for the hint. Yeah, and that's definitely the hammer hint that he picking up right here. Speaking of hammer, Schmidty is going to be picking up his hammer in P1 right here. Oh yeah, there were hammer-blocked caves in the west, so it is entirely possible that picking up the hammer out of P1 is going to net them the flute in the west.
I'm still wondering where Mito is. Like, where didn't they explore in the west besides Death Mountain, which we know can't have Mito?
Well, I don't think they took all the Pastor caves, have they? So it's either on the coast. It's either on the coast, or it's through a Pastor cave.
Oh, right, because they don't have ferry. They can't go through the ferry cave.
Ah, yeah.
They can go through the jump cave because they already found the east entrance.
Right, and those are the only two Pastor caves except for Death Mountain.
So presumably, Mito is locked then.
Yeah, that's a pretty good chance of that.
Chat telling us that it's north of Medicine Cave, and we both managed to miss it.
Lord.
Lag and all that.
I was excited. I was super excited because you don't get to see instances where you have like a tiny pocket of the world cut off by a Pastor cave very often, and I love that sort of stuff. I'm a fake geography nerd, and by fake geography I mean, you know, geography randomized in a video game that's 35 years old. Oh, sorry, 32 years old, 33. Something like that. Alright, Horsehead. This is going to be a dead Horsehead soon, unless Schmidtty keeps getting bopped. Alright, and now Paratroopa is in Naboo. So Paratroopa's been heading east and west kind of multiple times, and I think that's going to cost him a little bit of his time.
Yeah, I feel like overall Schmidtty's done a much more efficient job exploring. I think I may have said that already.
Yeah, I'd say Schmidtty's probably like 7 minutes ahead right now. Something like that. But that is the kind of lead that can be turned around. And maybe he's only like
did not go back in for the hammer.
No, he got it.
Oh, did he? Okay, I missed that. We only have 2 runners to follow, and somehow I managed to miss all the good stuff.
It's alright. You might have been a little Jossie. No, I'm really sorry. No, this time I'm sorry. See, the chat didn't get to hear my amazing pun earlier. I had to tell them. Right?
Oh, that you were feeling drowsy.
Yeah.
Or drowsy. Well, Schmidtty's finding all these 1-ups. Woohoo! He'll probably up A and not need them anyway.
Well, there's that 3-eyed rock, which he can't get into because he hasn't used his hammer to get the flute. But he's going to keep on exploring the west. That little swamp down there, that's a trap. There's nothing good in there, unless you have jump. You can't get the treasure that's on the little plateau there without jump. But he's gonna go inside anyway. Okay. You know better, Schmidtty. What? It's not like with the desert where there's like a 1 in 4 chance. It's the only swamp.
Yeah.
Silly Billy. But Paratrooper picks up his reflux spell, so he's 1 step closer to beating this game. Oh no. If Maris is rubbing off on me, I think I'm gonna start to get more people who do not approve than approve. Oh, there's the desert item. Nice to have another magic jar, magic container, but not what he wanted. He wants that glove right there.
Well, I mean, someday, you know, when he gets the useful max spells, it'll be nice to have that extra magic.
Yeah, and when he runs across... Oh, look at this. 2 forest encounters, so there's 2 more chances that this is New Casino. Not this one, though. And he got an encounter on it, but it wouldn't be the town. We saw it wasn't the town.
Yeah, well, if it were the town, he wouldn't be able to get an encounter on it once he hammered.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, so
just
it wasn't
another
the town.
point bag.
Yeah, and then the ferry. I think you're a few seconds behind me, so I'm gonna have to delay my response a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I can try pausing, unpausing.
It's probably my fault because I went down to the low res. So it looks like in order to get to Nuka Pseudo, which I think is Schmidtty's goal, because he wants to try to cash in his possible hammer, and yeah, because there's a possibility that it's hammer block. He wants to cash in potentially his magic jars. He wants to maybe get another spell. He's trying to find that Nuka Pseudo, and oh no, don't grind the bubble, Paratroopa. It's not worth it, I promise. Yep. 20 experience points for like 20 seconds. Not the best trade. Schmidtty
What's he gonna trade in the child for?
Oh, most powerful magic. Alright, so he's good to go. Except for potentially... Yeah, he wants fairy. You want to get the fairy, because he can be blocked out of stuff. World record pace. Well, for the seed, it certainly is.
Well, and you also want to get downward stab.
Yeah, you do want to get that.
And that kind of requires either jump or fairy.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much shield is going to help in one of these encounters. But I think there's no more room for flying enemies in this encounter, so it's not going to be invisible Moas. So he's probably good. Meanwhile, Paratroopa picked up his hammer just in the previous room, and he's going to be picking up his first gem placement. Hopefully he gets above 710 experience before he gets there, but it doesn't look like it. This is a short palace. Yeah, here we go. That's alright. Not everything's about levels. Ooh, this desert road is not really leading in place. Interesting. He's still trying to find his new Kasuto. Once he finds new Kasuto, he's going to probably head back west.
That's interesting that the desert road just kind of leads around in a circle. I haven't seen that too often.
Yeah.
You know, there might be a, long circle that you can take around it, but not one that's on the screen at the same time.
Yeah. I'm actually a little confused. I don't think he's checked that part, so I think he might have wanted to go around, but I could be mistaken about that. And for anyone not as familiar with Zelda 2 Randomizer, it's almost always faster to walk on the overworld than to pass through forced encounter tiles, except when you're using fairy feet. Ooh. Mr. Paratroopa taking some bops, but he's got plenty of life here. Wait, is he gonna be picking up the key? Okay, good. Wait, didn't he beat... No, he didn't beat Horsehead yet, okay. Oh, he's trying to grind some levels, okay.
Yeah, because what you were saying about 710, he's close enough, he'd like to get it and then get the next level from the pistol.
I can understand that. It's a long way to go out of your way, though.
Yeah, especially with all these very low experience enemies.
Well, this isn't too bad. These are 10 experience each, and they're just coming from the sides of the screen, so it's not going to take too long. It's a lot better than grinding bubbles. There you go. Oh. Why? He didn't want his attack up. Okay. Alright, I mean, that, it's all good. You get your magic up next, so... Oh no, it's gonna be life again. Who wants 2 life levels in a row?
So do you happen to know why in Randomizer the palaces don't turn to stone if you've placed the gem and gotten the item?
I mean, I think a lot of players just don't like it when the palaces turn to stone, because, they feel so nostalgic about it, and, they don't want to be Samusing all these palaces. Oh, that went nowhere. No, but, like, for instance, if there's a good dripper, that has, like, let's say you've got drippers in P2 that lead to Magos. You might want to come back there for a grind or something. And it's also probably... Yeah,
I guess.
It's probably also to, make sure that racers actually know what they're, looking at. Another skill requirement, I suppose. I think Paratroopa missed one of the items in here, Maze Island. Schmidtty still looking around, not sure what he's looking for at this point. He's gotten all of the Overworld and Maze Island items. Okay, yeah, he's going back to the raft, or not.
Still hasn't found New Kasuto.
Yeah, that's true. It probably is somewhere weird. Like behind some pasture cave. Oh, wait, I've never seen a Doom Knocker Dripper, actually. Yeah, I probably have, I just don't remember. You don't want the fairy? Go get the fairy! It's there to help. I'm not surprised. Well, I guess I'm not that surprised. Schmidtty didn't check what was in Valley of Death. You don't want to do Valley of Death without the fairy spell, though. I guess it actually wouldn't be too bad if you did encounter skips. But he wouldn't want to up an A out of there, and it's probably like P3 or P6 there, because they've already found P1, P2, P5. So it could be P4 or P3 or P6.
Yeah, I can't remember the remaining palace on the west side. I thought it was 3, but I can't swear to it.
Right.
They only went in very quickly. So... yeah, meanwhile, we have Valley of Death and Three-Eyed Rook as our 2 remaining palaces.
And
we
here's
know
New
not what they are.
Kasuto. The hammer's not paying off yet.
So New Kasuto isn't always hidden?
No. 50-50 chance. And there's the glove. Okay. So if Schmidtty remembers where the flute was, he can just leave town. He can just skip out. But looks like he's going to try to pick up the spell here. Oh, because he still needs fairy, dude. And I use the word need, you know, loosely, because there's like a 50% chance of needing fairy throughout the game. Maybe slightly more since... wait, are they on long GP? Let me check.
Also, we should just mention, it's nice that they only needed at most 6 magic containers to get the glove, because if they needed 7 to get the glove, that would... and there's fairy, by the way.
Right. Oh, does Schmidtty have spell? And I never noticed.
Schmidtty has everything but jump.
Okay, so here's the last item. I guess you're here, you might as well pick it up.
It's gonna like a heart container or a magic container.
And there's that magic container. He's in really good shape now. He could beat the game. He still has attack 3, doesn't he? How'd that happen? Schmidtty.
Well, he's 90 points away from his next level.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna go out and get into encounter and cast Thunder, and then up an A probably. That's what I would do. And he plays very similar. He plays very similarly to me, so. No, that's the thing, Shadow. If you get your magic, if you get your life levels early, it's actually very hard to get attack levels, even from palaces.
Well, I mean, he gets 5 levels of something left, so...
See? Told you found an encounter, cast Thunder, up and A. Totally what I would do. And now he's probably going to be looking for the hammer-blocked cave, and going to be picking up the flute there, if he remembers the hint. If I remember the hint, that's probably a better question. Now, it looks like Death Mountain's not going to be happening this seed. I mean, jump would be nice, but he's strong enough to do GP without jump. Well, almost. He'll be strong enough by the time GP comes around. Meanwhile, Paratroopa finished up with his Maze Island and checking to see if he can walk by that cove. Says no. Up in A's. A little bit of a mistake. Didn't get Nukusudo. Apparently Nukusudo is pretty hard to get to. But I guess he's coming back here to pick up his flute. And as long as he finds Nukusudo before he, has to do like P3 or 6, he'll probably be okay for it. There it was! Paratrooper remembered where it was. Schmidtty didn't. Where's Schmidtty going? So Paratrooper's going to be picking up his required flute, like probably right here. I don't think there's another... Oh, Paratroopa. Oh, Paratroopa. No. Don't do that.
Against a Moblin of all things.
Yeah, but he's ready now. He's got his fire. He's got his shield. Yep, and there's the thing that Schmidty's going to be looking around for the next 5 minutes for. So,
well, and the Moblin committed suicide too, so that helped.
Oh yeah, it does help. I guess Schmidty might be picking up downstab first, but I would think getting a flute is top priority. Or maybe, it comes second to doing palaces, because you can do all the palaces now.
Well, you need the flute to do the Three-Eyed Rock Palace.
Sure, but he can do the ones over in this continent right now.
How's Guma on attack 4?
It's doable. I did it yesterday.
Well, other than, we have random attack, so it could be 50% stronger or weaker than the normal attack 4.
True, but he does have a lot of spells. He's got life and shield. Oof. Oh, Paratroopa almost took a nice little toasty lava bath, and he might still. Nope, not this time. Why is he going through this forced encounter? He can walk around!
Where is Schmidty going?
To get downstab while he's looking for the cave that he has totally lost. I'm psychic.
Oh yeah, here's Mito. Okay, yeah, no, I never caught Mito the first time, so I didn't realize where it was.
Right. What is with the S bag? I don't know. You'll have to ask Schmidty. Maybe it's a Schmidty bag. A Schmidt bag or something. That's a question for him when he comes in, and I'll have to ask. I don't have to, and maybe I shouldn't. So is he going to up and out of here, or is he going to walk out and keep looking for the flute? Yep. He doesn't know where that flute is. He totally lost track of where that cave is.
Which is unfortunate because, all things considered, it's relatively close to North Palace.
Yeah, and it's relatively close also to the dock.
Yeah.
So he should do whatever palaces he comes across, because he doesn't need a flute until he goes across the ocean. Speaking of Zelda and ocean, guys, don't forget that we've got Link's Awakening remake coming out pretty soon. I think in like a month. That shit looks dope. If you don't mind me saying so. That looks really good.
I mind.
Oh no. Don't do it, Schmidty. Okay. Okay, he's doing it. He totally didn't get the hint, or forgot the hint. Or... this isn't considered the West. So, earlier I said Paratrooper was behind by like 7, maybe 5 minutes. This is his chance to get ahead of Schmidty.
Yeah, he'll finally pick up Fairy.
Yeah, if this is how Schmidtty loses, he's going to be crushed, but he'll still be in the loser's bracket. So he'll still have another shot. And he'll get a slight power-up from whatever is in here. Alright, there's a fairy spell for Paratroopa, so he's ready to go. He will probably also be casting Spell at the end of town, and picking up his extra magic container.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, you know what? If I knew it was a magic container, I would take the extra 30 seconds to get it. It's probably more like 40 seconds. And maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. It's a tough question. When you're up against some of the racers that we have here, you really got to think about it. Even though it's a very useful item. You know, that 40 seconds can mean a lot. Like, 40 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but it kind of is.
Well, it depends if it makes the difference between you at some point later running out of magic and not running out of magic, because then you can gain the 40 seconds back right there.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, I'm feeling for Schmidtty right now. Forgetting about that hint, not seeing that hammer block cave. I'm not sure how long it's going to be until he goes back into that little nook and cranny of the continent. Like, did he ever go there? We were surprised when Paratrooper found it.
He must have walked by it at some point. I feel like they both walked by it pretty early on, since it is relatively close to North Palace and the dock.
Yeah, it's totally true, Shadow. I still think if Schmidtty corrects, like within the next 2 or 3 minutes, I think he still has the advantage. But is he going to? I don't know.
I don't know. He seems determined to check out everything in Death Mountain.
And okay, here's the really weird thing, right? Because let's just say that he didn't get the hint. Wouldn't the smarter play be to check for the flute in P4 and P3? Or let's say whatever palace they go into. The smarter play is to check for the flute in there than it is to check in here. But I guess you're already in Death Mountain. You already got one of the items out of it. Yeah, it's kind of whatever fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy. I'm already in here. So
throw money after bed.
Yeah, exactly.
As they say.
Oh wait, and after all this, he doesn't finish checking all the way down to the bottom part of the map. That's kind of weird, because they do stick caves at the very bottom of the map sometimes. Yeah, Paratrooper needs to get in those palaces. He has everything he needs. I guess he needs another 18 experience.
Did he grab downward stab?
I think so. I think I saw him using it. Maybe not. Yeah, he doesn't have it. Okay. Does he not remember where Mito is? Yeah, what is he doing? Just getting 18 experience, level up an A, go to Mito? Is that his plan? Okay, that might be his plan.
As long as he doesn't... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, as long as he doesn't die before he gets the 18 experience.
Yeah, we got another useless River Devil. It's such the rarity to see River Devil actually doing his or her job as prescribed by the contract he signed. Or she signed. I mean, I would guess that River Devil contract would be binding. Get it? Because it's a spider, and the
Cubs Rule had the right response there. The first response.
That was great. That was wonderful. I love it. Thanks for the reactions, guys.
Okay, Schmidtty finally out of Death Mountain.
Is he? Did he? I don't know.
He didn't even find the Hammer Cave for all that. At least not that I saw.
Okay. I'm glad he's out of there. You know, maybe he just at that point said, I can't find the dang cave. There's a million other places this can be. Hopefully he remembered where it is, because I'm pretty sure I got the hint for it. If not, oh boy.
He seems to be a bit lost.
Yeah. You know, this is one of the big things that can happen when you're playing like multiple back-to-back games. Not that Schmidtty has before, but over the New Year's, we played a game like at the end of one year and then at the beginning of the next year. And it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but hypothetically, but I think that's just because they were easy seeds. But hypothetically, yeah, playing seeds back-to-back really does a number on your brain. You know, you kind of start to mix things up, and yeah, it can be bad.
Okay, this is 4 now that he's in?
6? I think he's in 6.
Oh yeah, with that's 6.
Yeah, totally 6. Oh,
so that means 3 and 4 are in Valley of Death and Three-Eyed Rock.
Right. Okay, so here's the problem. He's gonna look in all these palaces for the flute. Whereas Paratroopa isn't. If he's smart, okay, Schmidtty, just up an A. Just up an A, buddy. Go back to the beginning. Alright, well, maybe not. Okay, so Paratroopa, if he's smart, he's not going to go pick up any more things from the palaces, any more things from the caves. He'll get his upstab and downstab just to be safe. But, yeah, don't pick up anything, even if it seems easy. That's my hint. That would be my recommendation to him. Because he can beat the game like this, no problem. Like, even if you wander into the P3 and P4 item rooms, don't go in there. Because what's it gonna be? Another heart container? Do you need it that bad?
Wow, that is an awful pit to fall down.
Yeah.
That is really the game trolling you.
Speaking of pits, I don't think Schmidtty has checked down that pit yet. But I guess he is looking for Zactim.
No. That was the pit that he fell down.
Was it?
That rees him to the other side of the fairy lava.
Oh my gosh. I thought he just died in lava and had to try again. Okay, cool.
No, he fell down that pit intentionally to see what was down it, and it was a serious troll by the game.
Thank you, Zero Wing, by the way. Here's more pits. Jump! This Link has some, like, beefy legs. Or some bony legs to take falls like this.
Looks like he did a double jump or something.
Yeah, he's gonna get the life. This is one of the harder palaces, and he already took a death, so...
yeah, you don't want to, like, lose your last life to Barba.
I would love... You know what? Pendulums. They had pendulums in Castlevania 3 on NES. I was starting to think, oh, you probably can't do that on NES, but no, you can. Castlevania 3 tells us otherwise. There's probably some special chip in there, though. Paratrooper... Oh, he cast Fairy to avoid falling. Okay. So they're both in P6 right now, which is kind of interesting, because, I mean, Paratrooper has the... What is it? Pick of the litter? Oh well. It's all good. I mean, you take what you can get. Yeah, that's smart, Paratrooper. Just up an A. You don't need to deal with that. Go left. Or he might just fall into the pit and it leads him back to the lava room. But I'm guessing he's gonna go left. I'm wrong. I don't know Paratrooper that well.
This is not a dead end that Schmidtty's in?
Oh, no, this is probably the right way. Considering this is a new room, and he's been in a lot of other places. This could lead to the item, though, which could be a massive waste of time for him. When you get those skeletons on the edge, and they sort of do their, like, repeated fall animation, you could just really wail on them. So, pro tips.
He's been through this room before.
Has he?
Unless there were identical... Maybe there are two identical rooms. I guess there were two identical rooms.
No, he's been...
Oh, no, he has been through here. I remember he came from the other side to that one.
Yeah, so why is he coming back in here? Oh, okay, he's gonna fall this time instead of succeeding on the jump. Maybe he's gonna pick up...
No, I think he fell last time.
Oh, no. Yeah, I see him face palming. You guys can't see it, but I can see it. Oh, he's going right for here? What's gonna happen? Oh, yep. Just reset all those enemies. Cool. How much experience does he have? Should he just up an A? I guess it doesn't matter. He has an extra life. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure if you go right from a room that doesn't have a right, it just takes you out of the palace.
Oh, are these runners both Canadian? Is that what chat's talking about?
No, the hole that he fell down is called the Canadian hole. Although, actually, Schmidtty probably is Canadian, so... They're Canadian now, one way or the other. Yeah, that's right.
The way the Canadian national anthem is just go to baseball game and the Blue Jays are in town.
So many national anthems sound similar to each other. It's creepy. He just barely made the jump, and he did not get the jar. If he dies, like right here, oh, that would be too funny. Okay, here's the item room. No, wait, nope, pass through. Okay. I think Schmidtty is ahead of Paratrooper in completion of the palace. Even though Paratroopa is taking a little bit faster than him, this is probably the right direction that Schmidty's going in. So as long as Paratroopa makes the Canadian hole jump, which I'm not sure if he will, because I think he... Well, you know, he probably will. I keep forgetting Paratroopa does have extensive experience playing the randomizer in the past, so the Canadian hole was always there. But here is Barba. No jump for this Barba, so he can't be doing any fancy, awesome...
No jackhammer.
Yeah, and I know he wants to. It breaks my heart when I see this. When I see Schmidtty not able to jackhammer Barba. It happens too often. For just $5.99 a month, you too can give Schmidtty the jackhammer. Send not just your thoughts and prayers, but also your donations to 1-800-Zelda 2 Randomizer.
I mean, then there's, like, the crazy jackhammer when, you know, they jackhammer and wind up going down into the lava.
That's always a cool one. And you can potentially get the kill from that, I think, right? Maybe only when it explodes in a certain way. I don't know. Okay, so here's where Schmidtty is going to lose his time. Okay, let's see if he can make the jump. No! Paratroopa does not make the jump. Not even, like, trying.
Today we are all Canadian.
Yep. Okay, so that was a potential time game for Schmidtty, but he's going to lose it again because he's going back in for the item. Because he forgot about the int. And that's what happens when you forget about the int. Actually, it's not... What spell are they missing? They're missing the medicine, right? They're missing the Mito. So...
Yeah,
sorry.
jump is in Mito.
Yeah, exactly. Where is the medicine? They could have gotten a hint. I don't think it was anywhere weird. They could have just done it in a different order. But so it's not required, but they're going to do it. Okay, Schmidtty is deciding not to do it. A little weird, considering he's already invested so much time, but maybe he's just sort of lost in that palace and hoping it's not going to be there. So he's going to go and do the other palace. I think it was P2 up here. No, this is like P... Yeah, okay, P2. And then P5 is up north. Alright, Paratroopa. Oh! Arrgh. One life to live. Don't mess up your barba fights. Yep. This is not looking super hot for Paratroopa right now. And if he spends his time trying to level up, I'm gonna like throw things at him or something.
That is a lot of enemies converging on Schmidtty.
Yep. I love it when those panther heads and the sine wave unicorn heads are in the same room as each other, and then also some like blue iron knuckles. That's just the best. But no blue iron knuckles this time, it's just ropes, so kind of ruins things. No, I don't understand. Sure, if I'm on my last life, maybe I won't jackhammer. But, I mean... What are you doing, Paratroopa? You got all the cool items. You're gonna get a 500 point key bag here. Or a life. Is it worth it? It's not worth it, and you know it. Or the cross. He's gonna get the cross. Why? Why he beat the...
That was odd.
Why? What? You spend 3 minutes leveling up and you don't want to spend 20 seconds going into the next room after beating the mini-boss? Yeah. A heart container is worth a life level? Okay, I'm gonna calm down now, guys. I'm gonna calm down. No, Trails, I won't. And this is why you listen to me. P-Bag and P2. Well, look, if you're already gonna go... Let's see, Trails, I'm not gonna want him to start the fight, but, like... If you're already gonna be halfway through the room, and you already beat the mini-boss, you might as well pick up the item then, right? I'll tell you what, though, this P6 has given our runners a heck of a time. Paratroopa is still kind of trying to find his way to the boss, and that's Helmet Head. Good night. Good night, sweet head.
Yeah, and it was one of those times he started with lower health to begin with. Is that a glitch or a bonus? I've tried to figure that one out.
The lower health?
Yeah, that sometimes you'll enter a boss encounter and the boss isn't at full health.
That's a flag in the randomizer you can turn on.
Oh, okay.
Randomize boss health, yeah. It can randomize up or down 50%. And then depending on which palace you find the helmet head dude in. Oh, cool, he made the jump. I'm so happy now. Okay, that's all I wanted. Anyway.
You're a simple man to satisfy.
Right? Just avoid all Canadians. I'm kidding. Kidding. Canadians are great. I took over Canada in Hearts of Iron recently. I wouldn't do that if I didn't really care. Alright, so Eco Key Drop is from right to left. B-Bags. He's trying to hold on to this experience. I don't know how far into P5 he is. I don't think he's that far. It might be better to up an A, but not at this point. Yeah, HP up Kuma is always something we're rooting for here. I want to see attack range up Kuma. How about that? Just put another link in this chain. And you know, Trails, to be honest, I don't really begrudge him for not picking up that item. It's just like, you know, why spend the time getting that experience? That's all. So Schmidtty's hoping for like another 300 experience before he gets to Guma, so that if Guma gives 1,000 experience, he'll get 2 levels out of it, or a really good level or something. Alright, Paratroopa killed Barba. Good stuff. And now he's going to be moving on to Palace 2. Palace 2 is really short, so hopefully he goes in the right direction.
And of course, Schmidtty still has to get that flute after he comes out of here.
Absolutely. And I'm hoping, having completed the 3rd palace, going by the raft location, or sorry, the dock, he'll be like, oh yeah, I didn't check this area, and check it. That would be great. But if he doesn't check it, it'll give Paratroopa a chance to catch up, and that'll make for a more exciting race. So I kind of hope he doesn't get it, and then it like comes down to the wire. Yeah, there needs to be a duck location. Okay, cool. So right now, if Boss Guma gives 700 experience, Schmidtty's good for 2 levels, or 1 really good level. And if he gets a little bit more experience, it's just going to be guaranteed. And Paratroopa is going from left to right, so I'm assuming he's going to run into Helmet Head really quick and kill him in 2 hits. I wasn't really paying attention to Schmidtty's screen when he was doing the navigation of P2. It's hard to track and also map out the palaces in your head, or even the overworld. Duck game, I've heard good stuff about that. I think seems like a pretty funny game. So Schmidtty's taken a long time in P5 so far. If Paratroopa does something non-conformist in P5, he could pick up some time. because it looks like this boss Guma is like the opposite of the meta route.
Well, it looks like the route to get to Guma is very long, even if you know what you're doing. If you somehow intuit what the route is, it's still a hike.
It seems like Paratroopa's route to Helmet Head was not optimal either. I kind of wish I was paying attention when Schmidtty got there, so I could tell you if Paratroopa was making a mistake right now. Well, there's not too many more rooms in this palace, so okay. Well, I guess Paratroopa wants to see them all, just like Anakin wants to see all the stars in the sky or whatever. Spinning is a good trick. Insert memes.
And meanwhile, I feel like Schmidtty's visited most of the rooms in P5 at this point.
Absolutely. If Paratrooper has a good P5 and a bad P2, and Schmidtty has a good P2 and a bad P5, that comes out to the advantage of Paratrooper, but so far, I've got no reason to suspect that's going to happen. There's Helmet Head, and it was 3 hits. That shield color for Simon's pretty good. That brown. Alright, looks like he's going to be picking up probably Magic 6 at this level, or... We'll see in a second. Probably Magic 6 or Life 7.
Meanwhile, Schmidtty may actually get that level before he even gets to Guma's, right?
Yeah, at this rate, that's entirely possible. Wow, Schmidtty's taken like the least... I mean, there's nothing wrong with the way he searched. If you're methodical in the way you search, and, you know, you're checking right, there's nothing wrong with the way you're doing it. It's just, it didn't work out, so... Yeah, it looks like he's gonna full clear this palace. Not a positive thing when you're racing. That was a clever trick.
But we have no reason to believe that Paratrooper won't do the same thing.
Exactly. I have every expectation he will, or he'll be nearly as inefficient. Never mind. What the heck? Where did he go? That was so simple. Okay.
And Guma, too.
He's having trouble here, but... Oh god, here's the item room. Was that what Schmidtty was looking for? Was he looking for the item room? Okay, so... Paratroopa had a ton of trouble with Boss Guma, but with enough magic and life, you can accomplish anything.
And... Yeah. Oh, Schmidtty did get the extra level. I missed that.
That's good.
Because I was like, he up and aged all that experience. No, he got the level.
So right now, Paratroopa is officially ahead by, let's say, 2 minutes. At least. Like, if Schmidtty found Boss Guma, beat Boss Guma, and went straight to the flute, that's like 2 minutes right there.
Unless Paratroopa somehow gets warmed by Moas that he can't see without the cross. I find that unlikely.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, we got VOD coming up. Alright. I have the unfortunate feeling that because Schmidtty was searching so deep into P5, that means he has no idea where the flute is. But when he goes to the dock, he'll have another chance to jog his memory. So we'll see what happens. Alright. We got that 2 minutes now, like he went straight to Boss Guma. White sword. We weren't talking schmack about Paratrooper. We're just talking probabilities. Alright, looks like Paratrooper's going straight to Three-Eyed Rock. That was south from this particular location, and I believe Bod was pretty close.
And Schmidtty is still completely lost.
Yep. Yep, he is. But at least he's looking for caves. And there's Red Rock. He's kind of wandering in the right direction. The cross. The lack of the cross is trolling Paratroopa. That's amazing. But he could just up.
Well, I wasn't totally wrong that it could hold him up.
Why is he going around the river? Okay, here he goes. Yes, he's got it. Alright, so I'd say Schmidtty has like a 2.5 minute or 3 minute disadvantage right now. But that could be overcome.
He also now has attack 6, which may or may not help.
True. But the hardest bosses are out of the way, except for Thunderbird. 666, it happens. And this boss for Paratroopa is gonna be Karok, who is the easiest boss in the game, so the next level is pretty much gonna be free. I just really hope he doesn't try picking up the item or getting levels or anything. Just, you're in a race now, buddy. Like, this is a legitimate anyone could win race right now. And I'm happy about that.
Was it
he's just
really faster for Schmidtty to walk out of that cave rather than up an A?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So, in P4, there's a little trick that Trails taught me the other day, and that is falling all the way down the hole in P4 tends to get you to the boss because of the way that it's randomized. Nicolette saying always?
I assume that's in response to Victor Santa Fe.
Oh.
But GP always does its job.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. So,
We shall see. I mean,
if you're following Trails tips right now, they just keep falling. There's one dead end. But you know what? I think Schmidtty does the same thing, so this isn't necessarily to Paratroopa's advantage. It would just be something that could cement a lead. Oh wait, this is the bottom of the drop, so this will probably lead him to Karok. Going to the middle and up led him to the bottom of the drop. That's kind of weird. Geometry, how does it even work?
in the randomizer, it doesn't.
Here's a boss. And with shield on, yeah, Karok has no chance. I feel bad for Karok. He needs to be harder.
Yeah, where the game developer's just thinking, let's give them a break and basically just make sure they collected the reflect spell.
Yeah, could they have, at the very least, have him go high and low randomly like a blue iron knuckle? That would have been easy, right?
Yeah, you would think. So the thing is, a terrible Karok just means a one that takes a while to beat. It's not like he can, really put you at risk.
Yeah, if your life is low enough, he can teleport on top of you, but that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, it could just continuously teleport on top of you, but the chances of that are astronomically slim. Right, so Paratroopa has put away Karok, moving through VOD, and it looks like he doesn't have the fairy feet trick down. I'm not sure how comfortable Schmidtty is with fairy feet. I know he had a similar proficiency level as me a few weeks ago, but he's been practicing, so this could be an area where he picks up some time compared to Paratroopa. So we'll see when he gets to Valley of Death. It looks like a long VOD, too.
Ooh, nice timing of that fairy spell. Yes, I know I'm under slight lag still.
Oh yeah, no worries. And this should lead him straight to Karok. He did take a wrong... he did go the wrong way for just a second, but... that's no big deal.
He made the left turn in Albuquerque.
That's right. Fortunately, it led to a dead end right away. And he did have to take a death because he was out of magic. So that does cost a little bit of time, but nothing that's going to put him at any more significant risk. What's up? Xeno Pokemon Master. Alright, Paratroopa said, you know what, I don't want to bother with this room, I'm just gonna ferry straight through it.
That was a semi-annoying Karok, considering the third of his life.
Right. That was funny. Paratroopa skipped the free life dog. Oh boy, that was the thing. Alright, let's see where this Rubenak is, and after this they're going straight to Maze Island, because this is their last palace for both of them. I think they did the palaces in the same order as each other. The clenching is real. I've been...
where's Schmidtty going? Oh, did he... he forgot where the entrance to VOD was?
That might be the case. I think he went far right. Oh, Paratroopa's now deciding to get the items from these palaces. That's kind of funny.
A point bag.
Oh, I get it. Okay, if you stand and stab a bunch of times on the left, they attack you right away, but if you crouch and stab right away... I don't know, I guess if you stand and stab, it's just better. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's doing the encounter skips, but the lava encounters are randomized to be lava encounters.
Well, the first one was actually randomized to be road, so that worked out pretty well.
Oh, got his fairy feet. Saved some time. He did get through,
No, the fairy feet... Okay, worked the second time, I see.
Yeah. So, the first time he was using encounter skips by luring the enemies, and he did that for the first two encounters, and then for the last encounter he did fairy feet.
Oh, I just realized that even though they were at a bit of a disparity, I thought Paratroopa was ahead level-wise. I guess because Schmidtty took that extra level from all that experience in P5, they're now quite even.
Yeah, I think Schmidtty had a smarter leveling up strategy, and he got sword earlier, but then he took a life level from P4, and Paratroopa was further ahead than he is now, but he went the wrong direction, which is the direction that Schmidt's going now. So he still has that lead, even though they were just in the same room a few minutes ago, or a few seconds ago. Alright, so Schmidty did the same thing in this room, but a little bit less clenching. Now, if Schmidtty doesn't try to... If he obeys immediately out of this item room, then that'll save him a little bit of time. Like 20 seconds or 15 seconds. Let's say 15. Alright, but at this point, every second matters. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's walking back. That actually might be good. Paratroopa up and aid back out of there, but walking back might actually be faster, so that could be good. So Paratroopa has placed his last gem. It's on to GP, the Great Equalizer. Neither of them have jump, so GP could be a little bit torturous in those chicken and waffle rooms. Yeah, I'd say Schmidtty was about 5 or 6 or 7 minutes ahead earlier, and now Paratroopa is, let's say, 2.5 minutes ahead. Now you might be wondering why he dipped into that town, and that's just to reset the enemy encounters, so that they wouldn't spawn and attack him. He overtook him via an item that he was missing, the flute. Schmidtty kind of looked everywhere for it and sort of didn't realize where the cave was. Alright, that's Ravenak for Schmidtty, and I'm wondering what Schmidty's gonna do. He might just burn the gem and up an A here, but no. Okay, he's gonna go back through VOD. If he knew how far behind he was, he might burn the gem. But maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I don't know. I would have thought, he could also just kind of wait for it and then up an A.
Yeah, but you can up an A before it's like as soon as you like.
Right. No, I'm saying the compromise, not burn the gem, take the level, but then up an A rather than going all the way back like this.
Right. I'm not sure which one would be faster. I think he actually just kind of proved which one was faster. I wasn't sure beforehand.
Yeah, I guess if you can do the fairy that well, then yeah.
Yeah, he definitely picked up some time there. Paratroopa, meanwhile, oof. If I were thinking about checking when they entered GP, I would be able to tell you exactly how far behind he is.
Well, Trails says 131.0. Trails and Victor Santa Fe say 131.02. Okay, and that was 132.08.09. So
yeah,
just over a minute.
Oh, and there's T-Bird. Gosh. That could spell doom for Schmidtty, or could mean a very complicated GP, which would give Schmidtty time to catch up. Because, okay, so the reason why that is Darklink is always behind Thunderbird. So as far as they haven't seen all the rooms, so there's going to be at least one room past T-Bird that's going to have like a fork in it somewhere, like an elevator up or down, or a drop or something. But it's possible that Darklink will be in the very next room after that, and then in that case, Paratroopa wins. But with Thunderbird early, that also means there's a lot of the palace behind Thunderbird, which makes the palace very complicated. Which means that it favors the person who who's kind of the superior runner, and I think
Victor, no, neither of them got upstab.
Oh, that's funny. That could be cute.
Because it was so late in the game, they weren't going back to Darunia.
I think Schmidtty can pick up a little bit of time here. Unfortunately, he did have to take a death. Oh, fairy room. Is he gonna go for the temptation? Is he gonna touch the fairy? Oh! Oh. 1 life left. You know, when you got 1 life left, even Dark Link is kind of scary. He doesn't need the fairy anymore, so that might have saved him time. Oh, okay. Beat that spicy chicken pretty nicely. Schmidty's about to die, though. I wanted to say that Schmidty would get through that a little bit cleaner than Paratroopa did, but I think they both had kind of sloppy T-Bird fights. I mean,
a lot better than I could do on T-Bird, but...
Yeah. I mean...
That was always my absolute worst boss in the game.
This is really down to the wire. Oh, no! What have you done? And Schmidty dies, too. Oh, but Schmidty had an extra life somewhere. Oh, it's a dead end? Okay. I didn't see it as a dead end. Oh boy.
I just noticed how cheap fairy is.
Oh yeah, for the normal fairy, that's really cheap.
Yeah, like 25-ish.
Alright, well, if that was a dead end, then Paratroopa is not looking bad, because he's whittling away the remaining rooms in this short GP that are after T-Bird. And there's another drop. This almost certainly leads in the direction of Dark Link. That means there's not going to be very many drops left. Which means Dark Link's probably coming up kind of soon. Oh, no, that dropped before T-Bird.
It's a loop around?
Yeah. Alright, so, Schmidty, just make the right call, buddy.
Oh, no, right. Para didn't... Did Para up A? I think he may have lost his last life was what happened.
I think he up an 8. Okay. You got Neon Drop. Oh god, what are you doing, Paratroopa? Oh god. I know Link's tough, but okay. Are we doing the Eon Drop? Or not? Okay, that's not really a choice then. We're doing the Eon Drop. Oh god, Para. That was a bad fall. Oh, oh! Where did he go? How did he get here? Where was it? Was it? Oh my god. He could die.
Wait.
But he still has more lives. And he's doing pretty well so far. I think the whip is helping. Oh, okay. Ah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of mystified.
Oh, right! Okay. Paratroopa takes it at 137.48. Well done, Paratroopa. Wow.
Yes, get your GGs in.
Where was that Dark Link? I'm gonna have to watch that back.
Oh, you have to go up after T-Bird. Wow.
Yeah.
So it didn't even involve those drops.
I think they went up after T-Bird before. But yeah, they didn't involve the drops. Yeah, it's nice to see Paratroopa take a win. I mean, it would also be nice to see Schmidtty take a win, but unfortunately, one person. That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, well, this is definitely a bit of an upset, though, because Paratroopa was seated near the very bottom, so quite an accomplishment for him.
And you know what? He did GP faster than Schmidtty, because Schmidtty came in only 1 minute behind. But despite everything, I think it's been over a minute since Paratroopa GG, so... Well...
And we now have Paratroopa. GG.
Hello. GG.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, what are your thoughts on that seed?
Well, I'm really glad that missing the jump in PAL 6 like 3 times didn't come back to haunt me, because I was really worried it would. That was just a time loss that I lost like several minutes there for no gain, which really sucked. Other than that, it was kind of a weird seed. I had trouble in the beginning because I kind of forgot that Jump Cave was a place I could go through, and Jump Cave led to everything, and I couldn't really get anywhere in the east, so I had to leave that for later.
Just
and then,
to break in for a moment, Schmidtty has forfeited from the race and will not be joining us for an interview.
Yeah, Schmidtty forfeited.
That's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, GP was kind of frustrating if you take right after T.
Yeah, I went down at the ferry room, and then once I got to the dead end, I only had 1 life left, so I was like, I should just restart now and get my lives back, and because I don't want to venture too deeply into GP and then just die anyway. So I figured I'd take the conservative route and restart. And then when I got to the elevator room that went up and went directly to Darklink, I was like, well, it's either an elevator up or an elevator up, so I'll go to this one first, and that just led to Darklink. So I guess if you go up the other one, it just leads to like a bunch of nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Schmidtty was wandering around in there.
That's brutal. I figured he probably beat me to GP, so I was kind of surprised when I won, basically.
Actually, no. You beat him to GP by a minute.
Oh, okay.
What happened was he either forgot about the hint for the flute or never got it.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't notice that little graveyard area with the rock-blocked cave.
Oh,
Boulder
right,
block
that
cave.
was really important. Yeah, I remembered where that was. It's like, I'll go here, and then I'll do Death Mountain if I need to, and I never needed to, so...
He did a pretty full Death Mountain, and that's the point at which you passed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went through Death Mountain once, just like I looked at like the 16 or so caves at the start of Death Mountain, and none of them had the items, so I was like, alright, I'll come back to this when I need it, and I never needed it, because I went to the trophy cave first, so that was really...
Right, well, I mean, it was quite an intense race. He did start off going quite a bit faster than you. I'd say he was probably about 7 minutes ahead of you at some point in the race.
That sounds surprising.
Yeah, by the end, with that flute thing, you managed to pull ahead, and you did GP a lot faster than him, too. So it's not just a flute thing. You also picked up time in some other places.
Yeah, the only other real time I lost, like serious time, was I didn't know where the entrance to Valley of Death was for some reason. I don't know why I missed it, because I walked right by it like several times. I just never saw it. So I thought, oh, maybe it's in the northeast corner, and I kind of looked around the northeast corner more than I needed to, where New Kasuto was. And then I eventually, though, I just came back to it, and I realized it was just right in the obvious place, so it wasn't that big a deal. I don't know, I had a few odd deaths and conservative plays, trying to grind for levels, because I'm not that confident. But otherwise, it went fairly well, I guess.
Yeah, so your file name, is that in reference to the candle being taken out?
I don't like candleless Zelda 2 very much. Fortunately, I got the candle reasonably early, and also, I don't know, it just wasn't really that much of a problem, actually. I just don't like it.
So, chat is teasing me about me going crazy with some of those level grinds.
Oh.
I'm not much one to talk, but like at a certain point, I was like, ah.
I don't like going into Thunderbird with low levels. Like, I really want at least attack 6 and life 7, and if I don't have that, I'm not happy. So early on, I was like, eh. Well, level 1 was kind of, I was just hoping I'd find something that would be really easy to grind on, and I didn't, so it kind of took longer than I thought it would. It was a calculated risk. But I really wanted the levels early on, especially since there were just some difficult... Like, I was worried I'd have to go into East Hyrule pretty early, so I wanted, like... I wanted to get up to, like, 344 at least. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, I just like to play conservatively, I guess. I don't want to get stuck at the end and can't kill Thunderbird.
Right. Yeah, both of you had a little bit of trouble with Thunderbird, but you did manage to take it on your first, like, actual attempt.
Yeah, that was actually one of the cleaner Thunderbirds I've had.
Well, good.
That's about as good as I can do on Thunderbird. If I could do that well, like I only took like 2 hits, I think. Yeah, that's great. That's.
So I don't know who your next opponent is, but
Thurwolf.
Thurwolf, yikes! That's the trouble about being put in a low seed.
I mean, the seed was appropriately seeded, so that's how it goes.
Thurwolf's really good.
I'm probably about the 20th best player here, so I mean, I could beat Thurwolf if he doesn't find something that I find, and I just speed ahead. Like, otherwise, he'll probably win by about 10-15 minutes, but that's all right. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and for both you and for Schmidtty, just taking one loss doesn't put you out of the tournament. You've got to lose twice. So.
Yep. So I guess I'll be playing for at least 2 more weeks.
Yeah, you gonna be sticking with Simon Belmont?
Yeah, I guess that's given me good luck so far, sort of.
Well, any thoughts on the randomizer in general, or anything
it's
you want to talk about?
It's fun. Thanks a million for making it, Big Shake. I don't really have no other real thoughts at the moment. I'm getting better. I haven't really practiced that much, but I feel like just through playing the tournament, I've gotten significantly better over the last few weeks. Starting to feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, and what I found to be useful to me is if you set up the flags in the randomizer, you can make like enemies. Let's see. You can give yourself like weak sword level, infinite magic, and start with all the spells and items and stuff. And that way you can have like really long boss battles and just like save state for the boss, and then it's pretty good to practice.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck in your future race against Thurwolf.
Thank you.
Cool.
And thanks for doing commentary.
Yeah, no problem. And it was great.
Thanks for playing the tournament and racing for us tonight.
Absolutely. And so, Drosy, nice to have you on comms with me. It was good to be in a little dynamic duo sort of thing.
Yeah, I wasn't too snarky in response to your snark.
Don't worry, that'll come.
You can give me infinite snark because I can generate that much snark.
Here on ZSR, we require snark, so pick it up a little next time.
Okay. Duly noted.
My GGs as well, Paratroopa, and Schmidtty, if you're out there, GG to you as well. Huge thank you to our tracker tonight, Dompe the Run Killer.
Absolutely.
Somewhere she's around here with his ZFG Dompe. I'm sure she's just waiting for that. Big thanks to 2 comms tonight, Nightcrawler and Drosy. That's going to be it for us on ZSR tonight. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the return of the Ocarina of Time GSR tournament. The former no item manipulation wrong warp category. Be a grand finals between Cruxer and Banuru. I know that one's been on hold for a little while. The rare vanilla Ocarina of Time stream here on ZSR. Followed tomorrow afternoon, winners finals of the Link to the Past Cross Keys tournament. Goomba versus Korok, game 1. So, a couple very interesting races coming up tomorrow. Also, late tomorrow night, another bracket match. We have Bent Glass Tube versus Amazing Ampharos as we continue the Z2R tourney. So that'll be 11:30 Eastern time. Just be looking forward to that. And with that, we will go ahead and call it a night. Thank you all for joining us. Any final thoughts from the three of you?
That was a great race.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Definitely a bit trolly. Hope the runners didn't too trolled.
I've been rolling too nice of seats lately. It was time for a little meaner, apparently. So with that, we will call it a night. See you all back here hopefully tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us all.
Indeed.
The burnout.
Bingo bango. Oingo boingo.
That you sound like you are perplexed. Like,
Bongo
Okay,
ma.
so in Sphere
Bongo
7,
ma.
okay, I'm gonna check. Was there another hook shot before? Or was that supposed to be his first